Ah, head hurts. Body so heavy. In the hustle and bustle of after-school activities, I listlessly leaned against the wall and looked out the window. I really messed up. Never thought I'd be this hung-sober. Taking that quick swig this morning had ultimately backfired, and my body was craving alcohol like crazy. I figured I could drink during lunch, but never had the chance with everyone around. They would certainly be able to smell it if I had opened my flask. Alright, in that case. If you want a drink, it's gotta be here. I headed up to the school gate's roof with my flask in hand and gazed at the setting sun in the western sky. This place was off limits to anyone other than committee members, so I could drink here and no one would notice me. I held my flask up high toward the setting sun and took a hefty chug. Cool! That hits the spot. A toast to the setting sun.
この匂い。やはりそれ、お酒ですね。
What?
ごめんなさい。驚かせてしまいましたか。
Kana, when in the world did you get here? It was then that I realized Kana had been behind me the whole time. Wait, crap! She found out I was drinking booze! Sorry, please don't tell anyone about this. Gah, yeah, I figured you wouldn't let me off the hook so easily. Huh? Wait, did you just say, okay?
ケイスケさんがそうおっしゃるなら、誰にも言いません。
Really?
思考は人それぞれだと思いますから。
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, honestly.
いえ、その。
Thank God she was such a reasonable person. In the worst case scenario, I could have been instantly expelled.
ですが、お飲みになるなら隠れながらお願いします。騒ぎになったらあかりちゃんたちが困りますので。
True enough, I'll be more careful from now on.
いえ、分かってくださればそれで構いません。
By the way, why are you here?
その、実はケイスケさんを探してまして。
For me?
お電話を差し上げようかとも思いましたが、ちょうど屋上にお姿が見えたので。
Oh, that explains it. What did you need me for?
今日の委員会は私とケイスケさんの二人きりなんです。そのことをお伝えしたくて。
Just the two of us alone? Does that include nip slips?
ポロリ？
Yeah, like how boobs can just kind of slip out. Whoa, sorry, it's nothing, so calm down. It was just a silly American joke. What? I really dropped the ball on that one. She'd hightail it out of here in no time if I kept that up. I needed to be more careful. But why are we alone?
それがその、あかりちゃんとクレハちゃんはアルバイトがあるそうです。先輩と葵ちゃんは水泳部で、兄様は家の用事がありまして。
Alright, I guess. What was going on? This felt pretty contrived. Right about now, Akari and the others were probably getting ready to catch the fake Ura. Perhaps they wanted to keep me preoccupied so they could strategize with no interruptions. Alright, I could flip this around and go the shrewd route, which meant making friends with Kana and hanging out until nighttime.
ケイスケさん、それで。
Yeah, I gotcha. I was just thinking I wanted to talk with you more anyway. Let's give it everything we've got today. We eventually found ourselves alone in the committee room. Kana-san, could you come a little closer? It's difficult to talk to you when you're so far away. Kana, who was scrunched up in the corner of the room, took a couple of small steps toward me. Unbelievable as it was, I'd chosen the most difficult girl possible to try and win over, hadn't I? Simply talking to her one-on-one proved to be difficult, like seriously. Which reminded me this was my first time being alone with her, right? Of course she'd be nervous. Alright, in that case, this was my opportunity to break the ice. Oh, are you the one who designed that poster? At my prompting, Kana stared at the historical site guide posted on the wall. The design was a larger, blown-up version of the handout I got yesterday, and there were precise, explanatory captions under each illustration. The use of maps and drawings rather than traditional, raw photographs made it easier to understand and follow.
はい。あれは去年の文化祭で作ったものです。乙女先輩がいい出来だからと飾ってくださって。
Yeah, you did a great job. It looks like something you'd find in a guidebook.
そんな、私のなんてまだまだです。
Don't be so modest. The handout I got yesterday was well made too. You may have a talent for editing work.
ありがとうございます。
Here she is, our future editor-in-chief. Following my compliment, Kana blushed and steam began to rise off of her head. Yup, that shy expression only made her even more adorable. It felt like I could stare at her forever. Given the occasion, maybe I could get you to show me the ropes?
いろいろとおっしゃいますと?
Let's see, for example, that thing I cleaned with Akari this morning. Bulwark Rock, was it? Where did that name come from, for one?
タテオキ岩は鬼退治で有名な吉備津彦の命が鬼の攻撃を防ぐために巨大な盾を置いたという伝説から来ています。
I see.
はい、タテオキ岩の他にも学園内には様々な遺跡が残されています。そのどれもが桃太郎による鬼退治が由来となっていまして、すみません、一人で勝手に喋って。
No worries, I wanted to know. Not only do you have a nice voice, but the way you explain things is interesting. I could listen to you forever and never get tired of it.
恐縮です。
Could you tell me more about what you were talking about earlier? For example, are there any stories about treasures or anything passed down on this island?
お宝ですか?
Yeah, when you hear Momotaro, you think Oni extermination. When you hear Oni extermination, you think mountains of gold and treasure. Are there any spoils like that still around?
それなら資料がいくつか残ってると思います。主な資料を集めてきますね。
Kana nodded, then approached the shelves with cute, tottering footsteps. Awesome! This was going smoothly. I was getting close to finding something out about the Sionji's mystic treasure. Still, there's so much information stored here. Seeing all of these books side by side is kind of exciting.
ですよね、ですよね。私も初めてこのお部屋に入った時、すっごくドキドキしちゃいました。埃臭い資料の山を見ると、いても立ってもいられなくて。
Yeah, I totally get that. It makes you feel like you're going on an adventure on Treasure Island.
はい。私の知らないお話がこれだけあるのかと思うと、思わず体が熱くなってきちゃいます。本を手に取り、ページをめくるごとに新しい発見があり、思いがけない記述にハッとさせられ、それですみません。また一人で喋ってしまって。確かお宝の資料をお見せするはずでしたね。少々お待ちください。
Kana blushed a rosy color once again before she crouched down in front of the bookshelves.
ここにあるのが陶磁器に関する資料で、こっちが島の自然に関するもので。
She browsed through the documents, picking out relevant ones. Every little gesture of hers was incredibly adorable. Though a little eccentric, she was a diligent and kind girl at her core. It was nice to see her work so hard for my sake. Was this girl truly the head of this Sakagami family, known for its greatest fighters among the big three? Alright, there was something I wanted to ask you.
はい、なんでしょう。
Do you happen to have a twin sister or... Wait, what's with that massive pile of books?
大声出さ
Calm down. Just come straight here, just like that. When I suddenly turned to face Kana, I was met with an unstable, wavering tower of books. Where was she hiding the strength to carry such a huge amount of books in those slender arms of hers? Actually, more importantly... Oh, I knew it. In accordance with all the clichés, she just had to lose her balance. But I wasn't interested in this development. I had other plans in mind. Are you okay, Kana?
なんとか持ち直しました。
Huh? Whoa! Ow. Sorry, are you okay? Oh. Oh? What could this soft sensation be? Not to mention this fantastic scent. So fluffy. What's wrong, Kana? That was such a cute noise.
それは。
Wait, Kana, I'll help you. I could hear her adorable cries, but couldn't actually see her. My vision had gone completely dark. Dark? Pwah! When I lifted my head and could finally see, Kana was very, very close. It would appear I had triggered a different development entirely and ended up with my face stuffed firmly into her breasts. Ka? The second our eyes met. Ugh! She pushed me away and sent me flying into the air. And I didn't mean that as a metaphor. I caught a glimpse of something much more terrifying. Bwah! Wah! 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 I went airborne for roughly 3 seconds. After that, my back slammed hard into the bookshelf against the wall, and worse yet, I got caught in a shower of books. Hey, what sort of Rube Goldberg machine was that supposed to be?
あれ、動けるんですか？
Huh? Oh, I guess. I work out a lot, so I can manage that much to some extent. I yelled and quickly stood upright, but maybe that was a bad call. Any ordinary person who had taken that kind of blow probably wouldn't be able to stand for a while. However, members of the Urabe family were anything but ordinary. My body was robust enough that I could, hypothetically speaking, stand and take off running in a blink of an eye even if I jumped down from the 2nd story of a building.
よかった。本当によかったです。
Kana ran to my side with tears in her eyes. Was it from relief at seeing me safe and sound? Come on, don't cry. I'm totally fine.
はい。
I hurried to offer her my handkerchief, and she timidly took it to wipe away her tears. Thank goodness, she appeared to have stopped crying for the time being. What was all that about? It takes some serious muscle to hit me hard enough to send me flying, and fast enough to knock over a bookshelf at that.
やはり驚かれましたよね。ケイスケさんには隠そうと思っていたのですが。
Hiding that superhuman strength, you mean?
はい。
Why?
どうしてってあんな力を持っているなんておかしくないですか？普通じゃありません。
I mean, it is true that you are like some super strong bodybuilder, but isn't that all?
それだけの話。
Yeah, it's no big deal. That's just who you are. Besides, I don't really like the word normal. There are no normal people in this world.
どういう意味ですか？
Every person is strange, exceptional, or inferior in some way. That just seems like a given to me. In your case, you just happen to be a little stronger than others, that's all. So really, don't consider yourself weird over something so minor.
ですが。
If you're weird, then I am too. Remember when I was drinking on the roof earlier? The truth is, with my constitution, I get very sick if I go a full day without drinking.
それは変ですね。
Right? Everyone's weird, which is why I said it wasn't weird enough to be surprised about.
ではお友達のままでいてくれるんですか？
Yeah, of course.
ですが
What, did you think I was going to be put off by it?
はい小さい頃不注意で力を出したらお友達から怖がられて
Now it makes sense. Is that why you always keep everyone at arm's length?
はい
In that case, you can stay as close to me as you want. I'm not afraid of you at all, so you don't have to distance yourself from me. We are friends until the very end. That's a promise.
ケイスケさん
With that said, please stop crying. I'm a total wimp when it comes to girls crying.
私
Kana must not have realized it herself, as she quickly wiped her tears away and looked up at me with bloodshot eyes.
ではこれからも
Yeah, I hope the two of us can get along, Kana. We shook hands to cement our newfound friendship and smiled. Her hands were quite small, and her skin felt like silk against mine.
何を見ていらっしゃるのですか
Yeah, I was just thinking how pretty your hands were. Whoa, what's wrong? Did I say something I shouldn't have?
いえ何でもありません
Kana released my hand, and steam rose from her head as both her face and ears flushed bright red. Her reactions were always incredibly amusing. So, where did you build up that strength? Do you do Aikido or something?
それは坂上の当主になった女性に宿る不思議な力とだけしか教えてきません
It's not so much of a trade secret, but more like a family secret then.
申し訳ありません
That's okay. If that's how it is, then I won't ask anything more. It'd make me happy if you could tell me someday, though.
今度兄様に相談してみますケイスケさんにはできるだけ隠し事をしたくありませんから
Yeah, thank you. My chest hurt a little. In truth, I already knew a bit about the Sakagami family secret from what Grandpa had once told me. According to legend, the Kibitsumiyas and Sakagamis were descendants of Momotaro and Kintaro, respectively. The story of Kintaro suggests that Minamoto no Yorimitsu and his retainer Kintaro climbed Mount Oe and exterminated the Oni which had made it his home. According to this island's lore, Minamoto no Yorimitsu himself was both Momotaro and Kibitsumiya Mikoto, while Sakagami was his monkey companion. The Oni of Mount Oe were supposed to be the Oni on Miyajima, or something to that effect. There were other stories which spoke of the founder of the Sakagami family brandishing a battle axe, and the theory that Kintaro was his ancestor was seen as highly plausible. Another story said Kintaro was raised by a mountain witch who was an Oni herself, which served as the explanation for why members of the Sakagami family possessed extraordinary strength. That Oni-like strength was passed down to the Sakagami's eldest daughter, generation after generation, and it appeared the current head of the family, Kana, was its bearer. Now it made sense. That golden-eyed girl I'd met on the roof must have been Kana herself. Considering their differing personalities, maybe she went into a trance of sorts when using her power. Incidentally, why was it only Sakagami women who inherited that superhuman strength? Why was Kana the head of the family and not her mother? Did she retire or pass away? And for that matter, what was the origin of the Oni strength? Did they use mystic treasures like the Urabes and Kibitsumiyas? The more I thought about it, the more mysterious the Sakagami family's Oni-like strength became. A mysterious power, huh?
どうしました
Oh, nah, it's nothing. That comment I made about nobody being normal was actually something I'd convinced myself of at a very young age. There were times when I also worried about being stronger than other people, which was how I had reached that conclusion. What's important was on the inside. I truly believed that. I wanted to believe in it anyway.
ケイスケさん、一つお願いがあるのですが。
What is it?
私の力のこと、他の人には内緒にしていただけませんか？
A secret, huh? Akari and the rest know, right?
はい。あかりちゃんと乙女先輩、それと忍者さんたちは全員ご存知です。
I guess that just means keeping it from Aoi and Kureha. It's not like I have any other friends. No other friends. Gah.
私がお友達ですよ。元気出してください。
Yeah, thanks. You're a nice girl, Kana.
いえ、お友達ですから。
In response to Kana's kind words, I flashed a smile in her direction, causing her to blush all the way to her ears. She really was such a wonderful girl.
それで、
Yeah, I don't mind keeping it a secret, but I do have one condition.
条件？
Yeah, please keep my drinking a secret from the others. I'm counting on you.
はい。先ほどもそう約束しましたし、秘密は必ず守ります。お友達ですからね。
Okay, in that case, it's a done deal. An exchange of secrets, that is.
秘密の交換。なんだかドキドキしますね。
She replied with a bashful smile. It was a smile befitting a girl her age, and it made me feel that I had grown even closer to Kana.
すみません。お片付けまで手伝ってもらいまして。
It's fine. It was partially my fault the bookshelf fell over anyway. The sun had begun to set as the two of us walked side by side downtown. It was nearly dinner time, yet we were seeing more students than housewives, which was a rarity on this island. By the way, where in the world are you taking me?
もうすぐです。もうすぐですから。
Kana had been repeating that since earlier and wouldn't tell me where we were headed. The fake Ura's notice said he would strike at 11 p.m. There was no need to panic just yet, but not knowing our final destination made me nervous.
着きましたよ。
Is this a cafe? We had been walking around downtown for several minutes. Kana had stopped in front of a very modern-looking building with brick walls and a domed roof. On the wooden sign it read, Japanese Sweets, the tea kettle of fortune. Was that this shop's name?
やあ、ケイスケ、待っていたよ。
Kumakichi, why are you here?
中に入ればわかる。かな、ラスト1名様ご案内だ。
Hey! Kana and Kumakichi forced me inside the cafe from behind. I sincerely doubted this, but could it be they were planning to silence me since I knew Kana's secret?